Back in June, do you remember, Simon? Graeme Souness more than played his part to help raise funding awareness.
Epidermolysis bullosa.
Epidermolysis bullosa, absolutely. Otherwise known as EB or butterfly skin, affecting young children. What did Graeme do? Along with some other colleagues, he formed a team and swam the English Channel for Deborah, the charity. Deborah's A Life Free of Pain appeal. But Graeme's not stopping there. Graeme, good morning. What else is in the pipeline?
Can't tell you, Jim.
Well,
we're going to make that announcement soon, but we've got something which is even more, well, a lot more challenging. I was quite confident about the thing, quietly confident about the swim we did in the summer, but this thing we're going to attempt to do is maybe a wee bit too much for me. Not for the other guys. I've said to you before, I'm the weakest member of the team I'm in. I never felt like that in any football team I played in, but certainly this team I'm the weakest link. Look at him shaking his head. I was almost delayed because I forgot to take my blood pressure tablet this morning.
Because you were looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, well, that takes us a fair bit of time as well. Anyway, I thought, I've got to face these two rascals. I better take my blood pressure tablet.
Oh, Graeme, this sounds like some task, though. I mean, if it's even more demanding than swimming the Channel, it must be something.
Yeah, and it's going to push me. It's going to push me. But I'm looking forward to it. You know, I think it's great to take yourself out of comfort zone on a regular basis. On that very subject, there's no victim in the studio with you today. Is it just the two of you?
It's just the two of us. Yeah, Spencer Oliver will be joining us soon, but it's just the two of us, and you now make it three.
Did you consider yourself a victim then, Graeme? Is that why you scarpered?
Yeah, I just felt I couldn't deal with the bullying.
Great. How much did you end up raising from? I know it was plus. Last time I looked, it was about $1.3 million. How much did you end up on the first on the swim?
The total, I mean, I think is that about 1.5 something.
Yeah,
and the total we wanted to raise, Simon, was £5 million. We've got £4.5 million, and we've got another couple of months to get the £500,000 in that we're missing. We started the Deborah Awareness Week yesterday, and we're just trying. You know, that's why I'm speaking to you guys, just putting it back out there.
Yeah.
Making people aware. You know, this disease hasn't gone away. We're not going away, and we'll be on it until I'm not. Well, I'll certainly be on it until I'm not needed anymore.
Of course, and this has changed your life. Meeting that young girl, we regularly see you pictured in conversation with her, Isla. I mean, EB, it's this rare genetic disorder that affects the skin, but that doesn't in any way come close to describing the symptoms that the poor children suffer from, does it, Graeme?
No, Jim, you look for the best way to describe it without going overboard. And if I say this, it's like someone has taken a blowtorch to these young people's skin. They've constantly got open wounds that are weeping all the time. And it's just the most painful thing to see. And for what it must be like for the sufferers to go through. Because every waking moment, they are in excruciating pain, and they're wanting to itch themselves to the point of scratching all what's left of their skin off. It's just the most horrific disease. And that's why, you know, we have to find drugs that are going to make their lives easier.
Yes,
There's no cure for it.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is we're
repurposing drugs, aren't you?
Yes, Sam. If you were to discover a drug today and take it through the whole process, you're looking at the best part of 15 years plus, and tens of millions of pounds. So there's drugs that are on the market right now for skin conditions that they're trying to repurpose to help our kids.
I see. So Graeme, when will we find out what you're actually going to be doing next in terms of this of the event that's coming up, and also how people can listening this morning can fundraise?
Well, we're hopefully we'll announce it just into the new year what we're about to do. And if people have been great, Jim. But you know, we've raised a lot of cash. But what's equally as important is it's now out there. I must have 30 people stop me in the street and say, I'd never heard of this disease, but now they have, thanks to shows like yourselves. So if people want to give, the site is give.as/DeborahSwim. So it's give.as/DeborahSwim. And with any luck, with a final push, we can get a few more quid in and reach that 5 million target by the end of this year.
So you're going to be busy again coming the end of the year with this event that's coming up, and we'll find out in the fullness of time what that is. Maybe too busy to go back to Rangers, because I continually hear the likelihoods that you will head back there in some kind of a senior advisory role. Would that be right?
Well, I'm not sure it's a senior advisory role. I think more of a consultant, ambassador. But I'm a Rangers supporter, Jim. I had the chance to go back early season. I didn't feel the job description was right for me, but I want to help them. I want them to be successful again. I want them to be the top of the league. I want them to dominate the Scottish game and do well in Europe going forward. And if I can offer any advice to any part of the footballing part of the job, then I'll do it. And I have to say, I'm pretty close to agreeing everything, but we just got a few little things to.
You're close to agreeing something, so something could be announced soon. Simon,
Graeme, media were attributing that you were in favour of Frank Lampard taking the reins at Rangers. Is that right?
There was the two outstanding candidates, Frank and Philippe, who's got the job. The final say wasn't with me. When for me, Frank had the edge because of this, and Jim, I think Jim will get it maybe more than you, Simon, because of the west of Scotland football scene. Frank, I think, has still got a great deal to offer in terms of management. I think if you analyse taking the Chelsea job when he did, was always going to be very, very difficult. I think taking the Everton job, as you were speaking about Everton before, is a basket case. I don't think anyone have they improved any since Frank left? Not a bit. So I would not be too harsh in judging Frank. I know you were quite critical, Simon, of him, but I think he's a football man through and through. And the thing that encouraged me about Frank when I met him was that he wanted to do it. He doesn't need the money. He wants to be a football manager, a successful football manager, and he fancied the Rangers job, which is a hard. I had 8 jobs as a manager. It's a hard place to work, the west of Scotland. Fortunately, it went well for me, but I know how difficult it is. And then we come to Philippe, who's got the job, interviewed brilliantly, presentation brilliant. He's got presence. When he speaks, people will listen to him. The players will listen to him. He's got a CV, which is a good CV, a very good CV. And he played the game. Not that that's the be all and end all, but I think everything added together, he was an outstanding candidate. And that's why the board have decided to run with him. I fully get that. The one question mark is the west of Scotland football world, where it is absolutely full on. And it's how he deals with that every day. Jock Stein used to say, you don't go looking for problems as a Celtic manager because you know they're going to find you. And it's the exact same at Rangers in the west of Scotland.
Do you give the thumbs up to Clement? Do you think this early he's going to get there? Yeah,
definitely. I think he's as I said, football players are a cynical old bunch. You stand in front of them on day one and they're judging you. And that might be the Monday. And by the time you get to Friday, they've made their mind up on you. Now, this guy's got, as I said, he's got presence. He's got stature. He's a good size, and his English is excellent. And he talks what I think is sensible football chat. He's not making it too scientific like a hell of a lot of young coaches and stroke managers do today.
Okay, Graeme. Listen, always good to speak to you. And Graeme, keep going with that phenomenal fundraising that you do for EP, epidermolysis bullosa, and the kids who suffer from this butterfly skin condition. Graeme.
Sorry to be a pain. Can I just say it one more time?
Go on. Yeah.
give.as/Deborah Swim.
Well done, Graeme.
Well done,
we'll watch for the next event. Graeme Souness with us live on talkSPORT.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.